What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to Linkin Park. Yes, indeed, Linkin Park fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Yellow Icicle, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 67% of the vote, moving up from number 858 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this, and I'm going to be honest with you folks, I'm a little hesitant to do this, and I'll explain why in just a second. They all want to see me react to this. It is Linkin Park with the Reanimation version of With.You.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now, have I heard the song before? Full disclosure, yes, I have. I've heard the original off of the Hybrid Theory album, and I've also heard this version off of the Reanimation album. I've made that very clear in the past that I was a big fan of the Hybrid Theory album, and I also really enjoyed the Reanimation album. There were some songs that, honestly, on the Reanimation album, I think they were better than the originals. There were a few. Now, I explained this to Yellow Icicle that I've heard the song before. He still wanted me to react to this. So I'm gonna hope that Yellow Icicle gave me a live performance of this. I really hope that's the case, because I'm gonna be honest with you folks, if this turns out to be a studio recording that came off the Reanimation album or a music video that came off of the Reanimation album, I'm gonna be honest with you folks, I can't do a reaction to that. I can't, because I know it. Oh wait, maybe if it's a music video, now hold on. I haven't seen a music video for anything off the Reanimation album, so okay, maybe I could do a reaction to the music video. That might be a possibility, but at that point though, the song will be a non-factor. I don't know. We're gonna have to kind of play this by ear. We're gonna wait and see how this goes. Okay, so let me see. This was posted by Linkin Park. Surprise, surprise. And the video has 4.1 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? I don't know if I am or not. We're gonna have to wait and see. Let's get those fingers up and buckle up, everybody. We may be in for a bumpy ride, because here we go. All right, here we go. With.You, Linkin Park, Reanimation. I don't think this is a music video. We may have a problem here, folks. Yeah, we'll do it, but the reaction, I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, the reaction is gonna suck, because I've heard this before. Well, we'll do it anyway. All right, let's do this. Yep.
slow to react. Even when you're so close to me, you're still so distant, and I can't bring you back. It's well the way I feel was promised by your face. The sound of your voice picking up my memories. Even if you don't know with me, I'm with you. Now I see, keeping everything inside with you. Now I see, even when I close my eyes with you. Now I see, keeping everything inside with you. Now I see, even when I close my eyes. And we fall to the floor, the rest of the day stand still. But when things go wrong, I pretend the past isn't real. And I'm left in the wake of the mistakes, slow to react. You're still so distant, and I can't bring you back. It's well the way I feel was promised by your face. The sound of your voice picking up my memories. Even if you don't know with me, I'm with you. Now I see, keeping everything inside with you. Now I see, even when I close my eyes with you. Now I see, keeping everything inside with you. Now I see, even when I close my eyes. I won't let you control my fate while I'm holding the weight of the world on my conscience. I won't just sit here and wait while you weighing your options. You're making a fool of me. You didn't dare try to say that you don't care and solemnly swearing not to follow me there. It ain't like me to beg on my knees. Oh please, oh baby, please. It's not how I'm doing things. No, I'm upset. No, I'm not angry. I know love is love, but sometimes it pains me. Nothing without you, I'll always be with you. You'll never forget me. I'm keeping you with me. No, I won't let you take me to the end of my rope while you burn it and torture my soul. No, I'm not your puppet. And no, I won't let you go. No matter how far we've come, I can't wait to see tomorrow. No matter how far we've come, I can't wait to see tomorrow. Now I see, keeping everything inside with you. Now I see, even when I close my eyes with you. Now I see, keeping everything inside with you. Now I see, even when I close my eyes.
Staggered eggs again. Exactly how I remember it. Yeah. Nah, good lord. I think you all know where this is going. So, if you guys want to turn the video off now, believe me, I completely understand. I guarantee you, your assumptions are probably correct as far as what's coming next. So for those of you that do want to stick around and see me say what you already know what I'm going to say, stick around, I guess, and I'll see you in the review. And I guess we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Linkin Park with the Reanimation version of With You. This was a request from Yellow Icicle, and it was also the winner of the Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 75% of the vote. Moving up to number 858 in the queue, straight up to number 1. So, yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. Okay, well, I said at the beginning of the video that this might be a rough ride, and yeah, rough ride, all right. When Yellow Icicle made this request, I do remember telling him I've heard this before. You know, I've heard this several times. As a matter of fact, when I was teaching martial arts, I had a student, one of my private lesson students, when it came time to test for their black belt, they had to do a specialty, something that they were good at and they wanted to show off. For their specialty, they were doing board breaking, and because they were actually really, for, you know, for a little 10-year-old, breaking adult boards, 1 inch thick, 12 by 12 white, number 2 white pine. You would think a little 10-year-old would have a little bit of a hard time going through that. Man, this kid would smash those boards like it was nothing. And I was working with him, and we had to pick some music to go with what he was doing. And this is the song he wanted to do. So it was the Reanimation version too, because he really liked that "come on" at the beginning to kind of get him fired up. No, I'm very familiar with this, and I told Yellow Icicle that. Yellow Icicle still wanted me to do a reaction to it, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's a music video, or maybe it's a live performance, and maybe Yellow Icicle's just not telling me. Because guys, I don't check the videos beforehand. I'm not like most reactors who will watch the video, listen to the song, and then sit there and pretend like they didn't see it or hear it before. No, I legit take every step necessary to make sure that I don't spoil any potential reactions. So I didn't check, and I refuse to. I'm never going to. And unfortunately, we're in a situation now that we're in because I don't. But it is what it is. There was no music video, there was no live performance. It was literally the studio track, which I'm very familiar with. So as far as the reaction goes, guys, I don't have one. I don't have one. And as a result, because of that, I can't give this a score. So unfortunately, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving this no score.
I've had worse. You lie! Come on, you pansy!
Yeah, now, listen. Receiving a no score does not equal a 0. Okay, no. There's a big difference, okay? Getting down to zeros means the song is absolutely god-awful. It is an affront against nature. It is absolutely horrible. Unlistenable. Now, that would be a 0. This is just not getting a score due to the fact that I've heard the song before. You know, it's not getting a bad score, okay? Trust me. Some people misunderstand that. No, it's not getting a bad score. I promise. It's just not getting any score at all. I've always been very complimentary of the Reanimation album. It's very rare to have a band take an entire album and rework every single song on the album with a reimagining. That doesn't happen very often. And when it does, I'm gonna be honest with you folks, usually those reworkings are terrible. I'm gonna use one of my favorite bands, Fear Factory. They did an album called Demanufacture. Loved that album. I loved pretty much every single song on that album. As most Fear Factory fans do. It's probably the best-selling... No, actually, no, I take that back. I think Digimortal is actually the best-selling album from Fear Factory. But this is either look, Demanufacture is either the #1 or #2 best-selling album that Fear Factory's ever put out, okay? Then they decided to capitalize on their success and they released Remanufacture. I think there's a grand total of 2 or 3 songs on the Remanufacture album that I actually enjoy. And when I say enjoy, I don't mean those songs were better than the original. I just mean I enjoy listening to them. The rest of the album, if I'm being honest, guys, is a dumpster fire. It is absolutely a steaming hot pile of garbage. Not a fan of that album, if I'm being honest with you. The Reanimation album from Linkin Park was a complete re-envisioning of every single song that came off of Hybrid Theory. And I'm gonna be honest with you folks, there was not a single reimagining on that album that I didn't think was good, okay? Now, there were some songs like this one that I actually think were better than the original. I felt like the Reanimation version had more energy. I feel like it had more life. I feel it had more drive. I feel like it was more interesting. It had more layers. It had that hip-hop breakdown in the middle that we all remembered and we all enjoyed. But there was not a single song on the Reanimation album that I didn't dig on. I loved every single... I didn't necessarily love, but I at least enjoyed every single song. And like I said, some of the reimaginings I think were actually better than the original, and this was one of them. So I dig the song, I do, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to sit here and give it a score that I don't think it deserves because I know the song. Hence, there's no reaction. Hence, there's no score. So, I did tell you what I think of the song. I think it was a fine reimagining, and like I said, I think it's better than the original. But that's about all I can say about it, folks. So, there it is. No score, unfortunately, because I knew the song, and I'm not going to lie to you guys and insult your intelligence and pretend like, oh, I've never heard the song before in my life. Yes, I have. I made that very clear several times in several other Linkin Park reactions where I said I liked the Reanimation album. I did. So, yeah, there we are, folks. So, that's where we're at. No score. Final word. Final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hopefully you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.